A few days after my husband, Tom, was promoted to section manager, his mother, Mary, came to celebrate. I looked at the dining table and tilted my head in wonder. I can't find the gift for the promotion I left out last night. Hey, do you know where's the package I left on the dining table last night? I asked Tom when he came back to the living room, and he flashed a mean smile.
Do you mean the thing you gave me? I threw that cheap stuff out.
I was taken aback.
It was in the paper bag, right? The custom-made dress shirt with my name on it were too tacky to wear.
I smiled thinly. I see. So this is what he always thought. For every birthday or anniversary, I went to the department store, picked out stylish socks or handkerchiefs, and gave them to him. But Tom always took them with a sense of entitlement, and never thanks me. Too bad. The gift in the paper bag was not from me. I'm actually looking forward to what kind of showdown this will turn into. It's time for him to pay up for all the times he's belittled me. I'm Laura, a 38-year-old housewife. 2 years ago, I married Tom, and since then, I've been working part-time. Tom and I met through the introduction of our respective bosses while he was working at the parent company of my workplace. As all our friends and colleagues started getting married one after the other, I was feeling quite rushed, so I was thankful to my boss for introducing me to such a wonderful person. Tom's confident and his cheerful personality drew me in, and I had no doubts that I could build a wonderful home with him, so I happily accepted his proposal a year later. Little did I know that I would regret it in less than 6 months. As soon as we got married, Tom revealed his arrogant true nature. The first sign of trouble was right when he made a grumpy remark after our honeymoon.
How long are you going to keep working?
What do you mean?
We can live on my salary. Quit your job, will you?
I was stunned. No, it's not like the times when we have to live relying only on the husband's salary. I want to have children eventually, and I want to save up while I can.
Fine, I'll allow you to work, but make it part-time. What if you neglect the housework?
We're both working, so it's only natural for the chores to be shared. Tom scoffed.
Come on, Laura, you earn less than I do, and you're telling me what to do? That's ridiculous. My mom always kept the house spotless and dedicated herself to my dad, who has passed away. Well, that's only natural for a wife, I guess. I don't mind taking out the trash.
Tom's mother, Mary, was a stay-at-home mom, and it seems his father was a dominant husband. It's troublesome to be demanded to act that way in this day and age. Arguing seemed pointless, so I just sighed and ended the conversation. First, I asked my workplace if I could switch from a full-time employee to a part-time position that finishes at 3 p.m. I thought that after several discussions, they would understand, but I was soon disheartened. Tom just wouldn't listen, and his disdainful attitude towards me only got worse. What really exasperated me was his fussiness about our daily meal menus. Despite being completely incapable of cooking, Tom was picky about what he wanted. One holiday I was bedridden with a high fever, and he came to my bedside and said,
Lunch isn't ready yet?
Barely awake, I opened my eyes slightly and croaked out, Sorry. I don't think I can manage to get up and cook.
I am good with anything like something simple like pasta.
How is pasta simple? I wanted to argue back, but I didn't have the energy and weakly replied, Just have some instant curry or noodle then.
What? You can't even prepare lunch? That's a fail as a wife. Take care of yourself properly.
Tom didn't show any concern for me and just ate his instant noodles with displeasure. I had no choice but to heat up some ready-made rice in the microwave for myself. A month later, he caught a cold and made a huge fuss, claiming, I caught this from Laura, and forced me to cook for him and nurse him all night. When I refused because I had work the next day, he glared at me furiously.
You're so cold as a wife. Don't you care a little more about your husband? I'm going through a tough time here. Worry about me more.
Moreover, Tom also had me prepare lunch boxes because buying ready-made meals from the supermarket or eating out was too expensive for him. He never thanked me for any of it, just imposed strict rules. Tom insisted that I couldn't use leftovers or frozen food for meals as everything had to be homemade. For breakfast, I was ordered to serve healthy meals, mainly consisting of bread and vegetables. The specified menu included vegetable soup, egg dishes, fruits, toasts, and coffee. I was required to change the daily meal menus every day. Gradually, even during work, I couldn't stop thinking about the contents of the lunchbox and meal menus, and my spirits sank deeper and deeper. I thought about a divorce, although we got married recently, but I felt wrong for my boss who had introduced us. My father and mother had passed away, but it was hard to complain to friends, so I stewed in my frustrations alone. Despite everything, I kept trying to get along with Tom. On our anniversary, I made his favorite dish, gratin, and waited up late for him to come home. However, an unexpected business trip kept him away until the next day. In spite of the situation, I bought him stylish t-shirts from department stores on our special occasions. When I gave them to him, he showed no reaction and never wore them. Then, one day, Tom sent me a message with a photo attached during a work break.
Order this product online. You get a discount as a member, right?
Sure, but are you going to use it?
It's a return gift for something I got from my coworker. I need to reciprocate, right?
It was a pair of wine glasses from a well-known brand. Could it be a gift for someone he's having an affair with? The question almost slipped out, but I held it back. Surely, he wouldn't be so brazen as to ask his wife to buy a gift for his mistress. One day, Tom called me during a lunch break at work.
Listen, I've been promoted to a section manager.
Wow, congratulations. We should celebrate tonight.
No, I'll be with my coworkers, so it's okay.
Tom looks being in a good mood and I found him somewhat endearing and smiled. Tom is usually full of sarcasm, but I thought I should at least celebrate his promotion, so after a simple dinner while watching TV, my cell phone rang. It was a message from Tom. As I checked the screen, I almost stopped breathing.
I'm heading to your house now, honey. Looking forward to my celebration present. Get out those wine glasses I gave you last time.
I was staring blankly at my phone screen and another message came through.
I won't let you sleep tonight, honey. Oh my God, I really don't want to go back to a poor-looking Laura's house.
He must have sent it to the wrong person. Undoubtedly, it was evidence of him having an affair with someone. Even though I should have fallen out of love by now, tears blurred my eyes in shock. My head spun as I was filled with sorrow and intense anger. I took a deep breath to calm down and quickly took a screenshot of the messages before Tom could realize his mistake and delete them. After that, even as I watched TV, nothing registered in my mind, and I took a shower to try to clear my troubled thoughts. As I was drying my hair, Tom came home. Going to the living room, I found him sprawled on the sofa, his face red and snoring. The smell of alcohol mixed with body wash was nauseating. Holding my nose, I glanced at the high-end paper bag at the foot of the sofa. Inside was a square package tied with a ribbon and a message card that had fallen to the floor. I picked it up, put back in the bag and saw the messages with cute handwriting on it.
Tom, congratulations on your promotion. You are now a manager at such a big company. That's impressive. I'm looking forward to our weekend drive date.
I smiled thinly. Tom works at a small to medium-sized company. Has Tom told his mistress about where he works at? And to think he just got promoted to a section manager and he's lying about being a manager. He's always trying to impress. I can't believe he'd ask me as his wife to return a gift to his mistress just to save a few bucks on shipping. I glared at Tom's sleeping face, drooling sloppily with anger. On a holiday that was a week after Tom's promotion announcement. Tom and I both had the day off, so we planned to sleep in late, but I ended up waking up earlier than usual. When I woke up to use the bathroom and felt someone's presence downstairs, I went down to find Tom's mother, Mary, in an apron in the kitchen. Mary, who was tying up chunks of beef and chicken, frowned when she saw me.
Finally up? Sleeping in late for a housewife?
Mary, it's only 5 a.m. I yawned as I watched Mary prepare the food. By the way, Mary, what brings you here today? You have a copy of Key?
It's obviously for Tom's promotion celebration. I heard he has a business trip this weekend, so we postponed it to today.
As Mary smiled broadly, I muttered to myself. It's not a business trip, but a weekend getaway with his mistress. And why is she cooking meat so early in the morning? Could it be she's planning to cook a feast all day? Despite my ominous feeling, I didn't ask any more questions, changed into my casual clothes, and started doing laundry. Weekends finally came and I wanted to sleep more, but it was going to be difficult to go back to bed now. After a while, the delicious smell of cooking meat wafted through the kitchen. I like roast beef and grilled chicken too, but I certainly wasn't in the mood to eat them first thing in the morning. As Mary hummed and made a salad next to the sink full of dishes, I started preparing breakfast. Tom has not showed no signs of waking up and I was getting impatient with it, but Mary asked me.
Laura, what time does Tom usually get up?
He sleeps in until about 10 a.m. on his days off.
He must be tired from working every day. Well, that's fine. The party is tonight anyway. By the way, Laura, are you working today?
I have the day off today too.
Well, is that so?
Mary looked over at me with apparent annoyance, finished cooking the feast without doing any dishes, and then heavily sat down on the sofa and started watching a variety show on TV. After a while, Tom finally woke up and was shocked to see his mother acting like she owned the living room.
Mom, why are you here?
Tom, good morning. I came for a surprise party to celebrate your promotion tonight. You are promoted to a manager at such a big company, and I can brag about it to the neighbors.
Well, thanks.
Tom glanced awkwardly at me and then went to the bathroom. I was amazed that he had even lied to his own parents. I looked at the dining table and tilted my head in wonder. I can't find the gift for the promotion I left out last night. Hey, do you know where's the package I left on the dining table last night? I asked Tom when he came back to the living room and he flashed a mean smile.
Do you mean the thing you gave me? I threw that cheap stuff out.
I was taken aback.
It was in the paper bag, right? The custom-made dress shirt with my name on it were too tacky to wear.
I smiled thinly. I see. So this is what he always thought. For every birthday or anniversary, I went to the department store, picked out stylish socks or handkerchiefs, and gave them to him. But Tom always took them with a sense of entitlement, and never thanks me. Too bad. The gift in the paper bag was not from me. I'm actually looking forward to what kind of showdown this will turn into. It's time for him to pay up for all the times he's belittled me. Tom looked puzzled as I grinned at his outburst. Did you see what was inside?
What?
That was a gift from Mary. I sent you a message last night that I would leave it on the table. Didn't you read the message? Tom's face stiffened. He hurriedly pulled out his phone, checked the messages, and his face turned pale. Mary was calmly munching on cookies on the sofa, crushing the cookie in her hand, but now she stood up slowly. I mentioned the other day that I would only bring food this year. From what I saw briefly, it was a really nice shirt.
Oh no.
You came home drunk last night and hardly looked at it? Tom opened and closed his mouth, looking at Mary. Mary, with anger in her eyes, smiled sweetly.
I even attached a handwritten card. Tom, you just throw away gifts from others without a care. I'm disappointed.
Sorry, I'll pick it up right now. Wait, where is it?
Tom was rummaging through the kitchen trash when Mary's sharp voice rang out.
I took it to the collection point earlier.
Tom checked the wall clock and looked shocked. It was more than 30 minutes past the collection time. A trash pickup would have been done long ago. Tom rushed over to Mary and apologized.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have thrown it out if I knew it was from you.
Even if it was from Laura, I think it's rather questionable to throw it away without even using it once.
Mary scolded Tom in an indignant tone. She's the type to keep things like wedding gifts out of a sense of frugality. She probably couldn't stand the thought of gifts being discarded without being used. Tom looked very lost as he completely upset his mother. Tom and Mary are usually close, so he seemed unsure of what to do in situations like this. I couldn't pass up this opportunity. As Mary started preparing to leave with an obviously displeased expression, I spoke up loudly. Mary, it can't be helped. Tom seemed really busy last night. Actually, his overtime and business trips have increased suddenly over the past year, even though his salary has not changed. I said it sarcastically, and Tom glanced at me. It was unclear if he knew I was aware of his affair, but it seemed he was trying to keep it hidden as he forced a strained smile and made lame excuses.
Yeah, that's right. It's frustrating to work for such a black company where my workload increases, but my salary stays the same. I didn't even have time to look at my phone last night.
Okay. By the way, Mary, Tom sent me this message the other day. It made me cry. I showed Mary my phone. It was the message Tom had accidentally sent to me that I had saved. Mary's eyes narrowed.
Tom, are you cheating on Laura?
What?
Tom's eyes widened in shock as Mary held out my phone to him.
What the hell is this?
That should be my line. You accidentally sent me those lovey-dovey messages with your affair partner, right? I saw the wine glasses. Were these the ones you had me order online?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Making me as your wife buy gifts for your mistress. What kind of nerve do you have? You're disrespecting not only me but her as well.
Shut up. The shipping cost was $2.50. It's fine as long as she doesn't find out. I paid you for the items. Got a problem?
Tom was defiant, as if this was normal. So that was his reason. What a small-minded person. You're cheap but still want to cheat on me. Why did you marry me if you were going to cheat in the second year of our marriage? As I confronted him, Tom twisted his mouth into a smile.
You seemed like you'd obediently follow me. It could have been anyone.
That's awful.
But after we got married, I quickly got bored with you. Just average. I want someone who is young and cute.
Tom said this casually, leaving me speechless. You've been cheating for over 6 months, right? You started going to nightclubs because you were invited by your coworker. That's when all the sudden business trips, weekend work, and overtime started. I knew something was up.
You're so gullible. I figured if I said that, you'd believe it. I threw away all the lunches you made on those supposed work days. It'd be rude to eat your lunch on a date with her.
I was speechless. I had been getting up at 5 a.m. even on weekends to make elaborate lunches because he said me preferred homemade, and to think they were just thrown away. Looking over at Mary, she was silently frowning with her arms crossed. Feeling my blood boil, I pressed Tom even further. The business trips on the weekends were just to spend time with your mistress, right? It's no use pretending. I hired a detective agency to investigate. I pulled documents and photos from a large envelope and spread them across the dining table. In the photos, Tom and the mistress were linking arms and kissing at tourist spots even when they were entering a hotel. Everything was captured in the photos. Tom didn't expect to be photographed, grimaced, but he soon brazened it out. He searched his phone for a photo of the two of them together and shamelessly showed it to me and Mary.
Yeah, she's a stripper who's a decade younger. Look, Mom, isn't she cute?
Mary glared sharply at Tom, who was gloating. Tom, who was startled, watched as Mary knocked the phone out of his hand, his mouth gaping open.
What are you doing, Mom? You broke the screen.
Shut up.
Mary shouted at Tom with a terrifying expression, and I was astonished. It was the first time I'd ever seen Mary so angry. She looked like she might physically attack Tom at any moment. Her body trembling, Mary shouted at Tom in a high-pitched voice.
Tom, aren't you ashamed of having an affair with a younger woman? I believed you would never do such a thing.
What? But Mom, you don't like Laura either, right? Why did you get mad at me just because I had an affair?
Mary fumed.
That's completely different. Have you forgotten? Your father also had an affair with a woman who he met at a nightclub, and even fathered a child. It caused a huge mess. You know how much I cried.
Tom covered his mouth and realized his mistake. I had heard about this from Tom before, so I thought Mary might take my side. My guess was right. Seizing the moment, I pulled out Tom's pay slips from a drawer and showed them to Mary along with the balance of his savings account. Come on, Mary. Don't scold him too much. Tom has been working hard, earning a decent salary. The moment I placed it on the table, Tom snatched it up and stuffed the pay slip into his pocket. Mary looked puzzled.
Wait, Tom, you are working at a major company, but your salary seems a bit low.
What? No, he works at a small to medium-sized business. Mary blinked in surprise.
What's that? Never heard of that company. Wait, when did you switch jobs?
Tom awkwardly shifted his gaze away from the pressing Mary and explained.
I quit the company I joined right after graduation after just a month. The pay was good, but the boss was too scary. Got yelled at just for oversleeping 3 times. That's okay, right? I'm working properly.
That's right, Mary. He even got promoted to a section manager. I revealed this with a smile, and Tom glared at me.
Hey, don't say unnecessary stuff.
Wait, weren't you a manager?
Well, I'll become one eventually.
Tom said that while scratching his head and laughing, which made Mary explode in anger.
Enough already.
She slammed her fist on the table and raised her voice.
Come on, Mom, don't be scary. No need to get mad.
You cheat and lie, and you don't seem at all remorseful. What are you planning to do with your life, Tom?
I'm not planning to do anything special.
Tom, blinking rapidly, casually spoke to me.
Laura, you're not thinking of divorcing over a little affair, right? Of course, I'll continue this relationship with her. I'll keep bringing my salary home. You couldn't live without me, right?
I was beyond anger, just astounded by Tom's selfishness. Mary seemed just as speechless.
If you don't want to get divorced, turn a blind eye to the affair and keep devoting yourself to me as you have been. I'm the one providing for you. Got it?
As Tom crossed his arms and strutted about, I just sighed. I can't live with you anymore. Let's get a divorce.
What?
I can manage just fine without you. I spread out my online banking screen and pay slips on the dining table, showing my own accounts. Mary peered over curiously.
Well, your monthly income is higher than Tom's, isn't it?
Tom turned pale.
No way. That can't be right. I made sure you switched to part-time so you'd earn less than me.
Tom stared intently at my account and his voice was trembling.
What's this $2,000 transfer? Are you doing something shady?
With my free time, I started doing computer work from home. It's finally taken off and I'm earning well. Combined with the part-time job, I make more than your monthly income, especially since your company is performing poorly and there's no bonus. I smiled icily at stunned Tom. That doesn't mean you should spend our money on your mistress, though. Looks like you've spent about $10,000, right?
Come on, that should be forgivable. Think of it as payback for all I've done for you.
Tom puffed out his chest arrogantly.
It's weird to fuss over a single affair and petty to complain about a little money spent. If you make more than me, you don't even need to work, right? I'll quit my job, and you can handle work and the housework. Just like Mom did for Dad. Devote yourself more to me.
Tom laughed heartily, but Mary gave him an icy glare.
I can't deal with this anymore, Tom. I'm cutting ties with you as a son.
What? Mom, why?
Do you think I enjoyed devoting myself to your father? I'm done with you. Whether you get a divorce or continue your affairs, do as you please.
Mary quickly packed her things and walked out the front door. With a dumbfounded look, I thrust the divorce papers at Tom. Don't mock me. Why should I have to live with you when I earn more than you? Expect a call from my lawyer tomorrow about the divorce proceedings, including the settlement for your verbal abuse and infidelity.
Hey, don't go deciding things on your own.
My things will stay here until the movers come to pick them up. If you throw anything away, I'll sue you. With that firm statement, I left the room.
Hey, you're joking, right?
Tom, with half smiled, was trying to stop me, but I silently turned my back on him and left the house. Tom was reluctant to agree to the divorce, but after being advised by his lawyer that a court case would cost him more, he reluctantly consented. Recordings of his verbal abuse on my phone served as evidence, and he was ordered to pay me compensation. Additionally, he had to reimburse over $10,000 spent from our joint savings, which apparently drained his savings. His divorce became known at his workplace because he wore his wrinkled shirts and suddenly stopped bringing lunches anymore. Moreover, a colleague who had gone to the nightclub with him blabbed about the divorce causes, exaggerating stories about Tom getting his mistress pregnant and being abusive to me, which spread through the office. The boss, who had even officiated our wedding, was furious at being embarrassed. For disrupting the company's morale, Tom's promotion was revoked, and he was transferred to a remote island. Tom is selling the house we lived in and will soon move to a remote area. According to the neighbors, Mary was fed up with Tom's dishonesty and truly cut ties with him. A friend who spotted Tom at the station recently was shocked by his pale, gaunt appearance. Having relied on me to do all the housework, Tom can't lean on his mother now, and I can imagine he's struggling mentally, sitting on pins and needles at work. The reasons for his transfer will probably reach his new subsidiary, and he'll likely be viewed with disdain. As for the mistress, she heard of his real workplace and job title from Tom's colleague, so she quickly dumped him. It is what goes around comes around. Now that I'm divorced and unburdened, and I've come to realize how much I've endured. Despite my efforts, I was never appreciated, always demanded to give more, treated like a servant. I used to think, it's shameful to divorce since we were introduced by my boss. It seems like I lack patience if I divorce quickly, or eventually our feelings will align. I had become accustomed to suppressing my own emotions. Returning to a single life, I'm relishing the fresh air for the first time in years. The urgency to get married, to have children, and the fear of facing old age alone have all lessened now that I've experienced a failed marriage. For now, I'm planning to steer clear of romantic relationships and enjoy my single life.